Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Wrestling Roundup, the show where I give you this week's wrestling news, rumors, and recap. So let's go ahead and start with the results from Great Balls of Fire. Neville retained the Cruiserweight title against Akira Tozawa. Bray Wyatt defeated Seth Rollins. Big Cass defeated Enzo Amore. Cesaro and Sheamus retained the Raw Tag Team titles in an Iron Man match against the Hardy Boys. Sasha Banks defeated Alexa Bliss, but it was by countout, meaning Alexa Bliss retained the title. The Miz retained the Intercontinental Championship against Dean Ambrose. Braun Strowman defeated Roman Reigns in an ambulance match. After the match, though, Reigns beat up Braun, put him in the back of the ambulance, drove it to the back, and then slammed it into a semi. This was crazy, and I gotta say, at watching it, I thought it was gonna be like a double turn, because they had Reigns try to murder somebody, and they had Braun was giving us updates, watching the firemen and the ambulance try and rescue him, and he gets out and he walks out on his own accord, bloody and badass. But after watching Raw, I don't think it's a double turn. I don't think Reigns is a heel. He's just Roman Reigns. They're not ever gonna turn him. But Braun, I think, could be going face. I mean, you build him up as a badass. That's what it's looking like. While this was all going on, there was a match. Heath Slater defeated Kurt Hawkins, and we didn't get to see it, but I mean, I'm hearing that somebody said he won with a Canadian Destroyer off the top rope. I heard like he did like a 360 flipping inverted tombstone pile driver shooting star press. I would have loved to see that. And in the main event, Brock Lesnar retained the Universal title against Samoa Joe. On Raw, Finn Balor defeated Elias Sampson. The Mizzies were held, an awards ceremony, put together by The Miz, giving awards to Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, The Miz, and Maurice. It was crashed by Dean Ambrose, who got attacked, and then Seth Rollins came to the aid. We're seeing some tensions between Rollins and Ambrose, and I'm liking it. Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Brock Lesnar had an awesome in-ring promo confrontation. Reigns seemed a little outclassed to Joe and Lesnar, but either way, it was a very cool segment, and we're going to see Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe next week. #1 contenders match. Whoever wins faces Lesnar at SummerSlam. And in the main event, Bray Wyatt defeated Seth Rollins. Also next week on Raw, Kurt Angle will reveal the controversial information that has been circling around. On Smackdown, Jinder Mahal defeated Ty Dillinger. Xavier Woods defeated Jey Uso. Natalya and Tamina defeated Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair in a tag team match. Backstage, Sami Zayn was attacked by Mike Kanellis. He broke a flower vase over his head. And in the main event, the new United States champion AJ Styles, who won it back at a house show, Madison Square Garden, last week, didn't cover it on Wrestling Roundup because it hadn't happened when I recorded it, but he teamed up with John Cena and defeated Kevin Owens and Rusev. This week I'm going to give the win to Raw. I thought they had a pretty damn good Raw pay-per-view with Great Balls of Fire, and then I thought the Raw afterwards was good. I'm liking the Kurt Angle story stuff because it feels like a story. It could be some big letdown and something really lame, cheesy, and stupid, and I could be face-palming next week. But I like that it's a story. I liked the stuff with Braun, even though he wasn't on Raw. I like what they're doing with him. I like the initial thought that maybe Reigns was turning heel. But either way, he's not a clean-cut babyface, which I guess is good, and I thought that Raw just overall was good. 2 new matches have been added to Battleground. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Lana versus Natalya versus Tamina in a #1 contenders match. Whoever wins that will fight Naomi for the title at SummerSlam. And Baron Corbin versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Last week it was revealed that Austin Aries has been released by WWE. This was a huge shock to me. A lot of stories have been going around. One was that he asked for his release. 2 was that he had kind of a bad attitude backstage. They released him and he was happy about leaving. So something along those lines, but either way, Aries is gone. Also this weekend, the Mae Young Classic Tournament has started. I think it started now, but I'm trying to avoid all the spoilers. I don't know when it's going to air. I think I heard it's not going to air till August, which is going to be really hard to not hear who won and stuff, but I'm going to try. Very excited to watch it and very excited that they're doing an all-women's tournament. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Wrestling Roundup. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next week. See you later.